It's Monday.
It is. We're back, baby. We are back.
We're back. Oh, man. All right, let's do an intro.
I'm sorry, guys. It is my fault. I was running late. The mailman just showed up at 7:30 at night. He just showed up, so I had all the packages went out for this weekend. They were supposed to normally come at 3 o'clock, so my bad.
That's all right. I blamed it all on you anyway. So.
Oh, I figured. Yeah, I figured you'd back the truck up and do it a few times.
Oh man.
How was your New Year's Eve, man? How was it?
Oh, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. You and I are in the same boat. We don't really drink or anything. So, I just kind of hung around the house with the cats. A few friends of mine, we did decide to get online together around 11:30 and, just visit and ring in the new year together. So that was kind of nice. And a few of us sat up to about 1 o'clock, just talking and stuff. How about you?
Very cool. I was doing a Whatnot show. So we did a Whatnot show. Went all the way up until midnight Eastern time.
Really?
So we did that and, had a lot of fun. We had a blast. And then, just kind of rested and recouped the next day. Then had another show on Sunday. We tried to go to Chicago. That's why we were off for the past couple weeks. I was traveling. I was trying to travel, put it that way. I went to Chicago, went to visit our family. And as soon as you head north, everyone is sick. That's pretty much how it goes. So we drove up there. We went to stay with, my sister-in-law. So we drove up there. We got there first day and we're like, okay, this is great and everything. She's like, I think I had a little bit of a cough. We're like, oh, okay, maybe it's allergy or something. And the next day she's like, I think I'm getting a fever. We're like, all right, we're gone. See ya.
We're
so
out.
We left there. We went to my parents' house and we're like, can we stay here or whatever? And they're like, yeah, we're not feeling good. I'm like, all right, see ya. We're done. So we just spent all the time and visit my father-in-law in the hospital. So we were in the hospital just visiting my father-in-law. And then we drove right home from there.
Yeah, I didn't visit any family over Christmas because all of them were sick. My stepfather was actually in the hospital.
Same thing, huh? Oh, wow.
Yeah, it started out with they thought it was pneumonia, but he had gotten some fluid around his heart or something, so they had to go in, drain that out and stuff. But he's back home. Seems
he's doing good now. Good.
Yeah. So, hello, Tim. Hello, Todd. We've already had, of course, Las Cruces as the first one in here tonight.
The giveaway master.
Then we had Matthew Fox pop in. Trying to see if he said a hello or just started saying hi. So
first thumbs up, even if it's a man episode. Stuntman, thank you, brother. We appreciate it. The enthusiasm.
We appreciate it regardless. So yeah, it's our first show of the new year. Again, I need to look back and see when we started this. I know we talked about it around January of last year, but I can't remember when our first show actually was.
Yeah, we talked about it for a couple months.
I'm thinking it probably was around April.
I was going to say April or May, I'm thinking.
April or May maybe is when we started it. So, but anyway, yeah, we got to at least make it to a year of more, Monday Madness. And, hey, I hate to say it, but, I've seen a few other people in the community starting their little shows and stuff. I'm not saying that,
we're influencers. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying we're influencers, but I'm just saying is,
That's right. And then big thank you for the good doctor, for stepping in and how to kill. You guys had a killer show as well. So appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you to the comic doctor stepping in. It was a great show. We talked about some different Golden Age books, and then of course tonight we're going to talk a little bit about the three big ones in the 1940s. Fawcett, DC, and Timely. So we will get started on that.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I forgot how to do all this.
Take a couple weeks off and everything just falls off.
Take a couple weeks off and it's like, don't even know how to do this stuff. All right. So yeah, we've made it up to the 1940s, World War II. Definitely the boom years for the golden age, right before the, which we've already talked about in the previous show, so we won't be covering it in the origin of comics, but the comics code coming about in the early 1950s and really how that hurt the comic market in general. So we will not be covering that since we have a separate show that you can go look up talking about that. But definitely we haven't talked a lot about the boom years of the 1940s right before the whole comic book scare. So
right,
the first is probably the biggest, and people may not believe this, but the biggest publisher in the golden age was actually Fawcett.
Yeah.
So in the wake of the popularity of Superman, a lot of new titles and a lot of new companies sprung up by the mid 1941, I should say. There was about 135 different comic titles on newsstands, compared to maybe only 5 years before. So that's just a huge jump in the superhero boom. But you didn't miss a thing, Matthew. We just laughing about.
We had a giveaway, and Las Cruces won.
Again. But in late 1939, Roscoe K. Fawcett, I did not know that. I'll be honest with you, I'd never thought about who owned Fawcett. I never really thought about it, but it was a person named Roscoe K. Fawcett that owned Fawcett.
I loved him in Dukes of Hazzard.
I loved him in the Dukes of Hazzard. I think he even had a little spinoff show. But he sent out a promotional piece to distributors announcing the debut of a new title coming out called Whiz Comics, starring Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, of course, was created by cartoonist C.C. Beck and writer Bill Parker. I learned a lot about the whole thing with Captain Marvel, which we'll talk a little bit about. But one of the things in my research I found out, the original concept for Captain Marvel was actually a character called Captain Thunder. And he would lead a team of heroes named after the Greek gods, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury. Eventually, this was, of course, changed to the teenage boy, Billy Batson, who became Captain Marvel through a thunder or lightning strike by uttering the word Shazam. And then, of course, Shazam stands for the wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the stamina of Atlas, the power of Zeus, and the courage of Achilles. So I thought that was really
not love that. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I thought it's very interesting how they changed that concept of this team into one person, but kept so many of the of the details. I thought it was very, very cool. Hey, Sans, the cookie man, popping in, saying hi.
What's up, Sans? How's it going, man?
Oh, we got ME.
Cookies.
Happy New Year, ME.
Welcome in, ME.
But yeah, so moving on. So like I mentioned a moment ago, Captain Marvel was the biggest hero in the 1940s. In less than a year, Captain Marvel was so popular, he spun out into 3 different comic books: Whiz Comics, Captain Marvel Adventures, and then America's Greatest Comics.
Yeah, Fawcett did a great job. He basically was almost like, at least from what I've read about him in the past, it's almost more like a Barnum Bailey, a promoter. Like, he did a lot more promotions and pumped things up than I think anyone did in the past.
I think Fawcett did an excellent job. Hello, Soul Twice.
What's up, Soul?
I think, Fawcett did, like the early promotion to distributors, announcing the coming of Wiz Comics, things like that. Yeah, I didn't find a lot about the promotion, but I do know I have seen around antique stores and stuff over the year a lot of promo products for Captain Marvel around. I've owned several, like little fans. I've owned some
Yeah, I mean,
flyers.
they were licensing, putting the name on everything they possibly could to get the name out there.
Definitely. And of course, one interesting fact: there's not a Wiz Comics #1. They did kind of a ash can just to hold the title. The first appearance of Captain Marvel was in Wiz Comics #2. In Wiz Comics #25, Captain Marvel Jr. appears. Mary Marvel appears in Captain Marvel Adventures 18.
What's up, Shutter Duck?
And then Captain Marvel Jr. Would spin off into 2 titles, Master Comics and then Captain Marvel Jr. And Mary Marvel would get 2 comics. She would have her own title, Mary Marvel, but then also she was in WoW Comics. So you had this Captain Marvel family that was in no less than 7 titles a month.
They were throwing
crazy.
Everything at the wall and see what sticks. That's what they were
Crazy.
doing. Yep.
And speaking of that, Fawcett definitely tried to push the boundaries of this young industry of comics. Whenever they put out Master Comics, it was oversized in 15 cents. And then alternatively, they put out another comic called Nickel Comics, which had less pages. It was 5 cents. But neither of them sold as well as the normal 42-page, 10-cent comics. So eventually both Nickel Comics and Master Comics shrunk and grew to the normal 42-page, 10-cent structure.
Depending if it was hot or cold out, I think that's what you meant.
What's that? I apologize. Got Shutter Duck in here. Wow, we got all the people popping in tonight. Thank you all for coming and visiting us on the new year. They also attempted to do some non-superhero characters in a publication called Slam Bang Comics, but was found not to be as popular as costume characters. So you definitely see now this evolution, right, of what we've looked at before, these detective types of mystery men, now shifting in the early 1940s to the costume characters.
And as a side note, that was Shelby's wrestler's name, Slam Bang, back in the day.
Bang, it was, yeah. When I was living down in Mexico, all those years ago.
You had the mask on.
Yeah. Cupra Libre or whatever they call them. All right. And then DC characters, wow, all of them came about in the 1940s. Man, and more fun, number 52. You had the introduction of the Spectre, which I think is always kind of funny that the Spectre premiered in More Fun. Is written by Jerry Siegel and drawn by Bernard Bailey. Luchador, that's it. In issue 55, they introduced Dr. Fate, which was created by Gardner Fox. In Adventure Comics, which we've talked about in an earlier episode, number 48, The Hour Man, which was also created by Bernard Bailey. And then Adventure 61 was the premiere of Starman, that was created by Jack Burnley. And then that's just at the beginning of 1940. Then by the summer of 1940,
characters coming out right in a row.
Oh my God. And then at the summer of 1940, introduced Green Lantern in All American Comics 16, which was created by Mark Noble and Bill Finger. The Atom was introduced in issue 19, Dr. Midnight in number 25, and then the ever popular Sargon the Sorcerer in issue 26. The Flash appeared in early 1940 in Flash Comics #1. And in that same book, I did not know this, but Hawkman appeared in the same book It was his first appearance. The Whip, Johnny Thunder, issue 3 of All Star, which was All Star was a quarterly comic, so it came out 4 times a year. In the winter of 1940, the first appearance of the Justice Society of America. And then, of course, in 1942, Sensation Comics #1 premiered Wonder Woman. So I apologize. Go ahead, Jeff. What was you going to say?
No, nothing. One thing, I don't know if anyone else is seeing this, but it's very choppy. The audio is choppy and the video is very choppy right now. So I don't know if that's still coming through or not. And you're freezing a lot. But,
really?
Yeah. Like right now you're frozen. I can't see you.
Anybody else having that problem?
Is that just me, guys, or you guys all? Is everyone good? Say down in the chat below if Shelby is looking fine as always. But yeah, when you think about having all the individual characters and then forming a team, I mean, this was done in the very beginning of these superhero comics, and we think this is almost like a modern thing where all the heroes were coming together and forming teams. But this is done in the 40s. They did this. It's Frozen Smoke. He was frozen.
Was it? Okay. And the only thing I could do is restart, but we're in the middle. So is it clearing up, or
I mean,
I need to restart?
We can usually hear you. It just sounds a little choppy, like you're a robot. And then it freezes up for a little bit, and then it's a little choppy. So I don't know. You maybe get some bad weather over by you.
Not at all, but I haven't restarted this computer in a little while, so I could restart, come back in. I think you would stay, wouldn't you? Well, would the broadcast end? Broadcast would end.
I think the broadcast would end if you leave, since this is yours. I think we'll. I mean, it's a shorter one, so I think we'll be okay.
There's only one more slide I have, so
all right, keep going.
So the last thing, because next is a little bit bigger. Timely Comics. Of course, Marvel couldn't be left out. But after the publication of Marvel Comics, which became Marvel Mystery Comics with issue 2, Timely published Daring Mystery Comics and Mystic Comics. But they never really got a stable exercise. It's funny. But they never really got a good style character that came about. So a list of the unnotable characters from Timely was Fury Mask, the Laughing Mask, the Phantom Bullet, Zephyr Jones, Trojak, the Tiger Man. I got to find that one. The Marvel Boy, Thunderer, the Finn, Blue Diamond, Silver Scorpion, Citizen V, the Falcon, Blue Blaze, Dynamic Man, Flexo the Rubber Man. I need to find that one too. Black Marvel, Super Slave. We're not even going to talk about that one. Wow. The Blazing Skull and the Destroyer. And so it wasn't until 1941 with the introduction of Captain America that really Timely got a character that seemed to stick and resonate with
yeah, they would have went under pretty quickly. Seeing most of those titles.
So, of course, during the 1940s, not a lot of details really need to be talked about with this. We all, those of us that know Golden Age, they had a big cast of characters with Captain America and Bucky, Submariner, Human Torch, and Toro. Their books include Captain America Comics, Submariner Comics, Young Allies, which was all the sidekicks together. All Winners, which was Timely's answer to the JSA, that included the Human Torch, Submariner, Captain America, the Wizard, and Miss America. You'll find a few reprints of this actually as recent as probably about 10-15 years ago. They've done some reprints at Marvel of these.
Do you have this on a slide, or
sorry,
do you have this on a slide?
Miss America?
I mean, right now it just says Timely Comics with the with Mystic Comics and Daring Comics on there.
Oh yeah.
Or is it frozen?
It's showing on me, but
okay,
not for y'all. Um, not sure if there's a way for me to give control over you or something.
I don't know. Maybe if you unshare it and then share it again, that might work.
Oh, okay.
Hey, there it is. All right, let's try it again. There you go. Perfect.
Okay. So that was it. That was the last one. All winners, like I said, was kind of Timely's answer to JSA. I was trying to remember the issue that came out. I think it was like issue 25 and then 27, and there was actually no number 26 for some reason.
Oh, really?
So
I've
that
never
was kind
seen,
of
and
weird.
personally, I've never seen any all winners comics ever.
I've seen this yellow cover one a long, long time ago. Probably about a 3.0, if I remember. A friend of mine actually has a whole run of these. And I remember him trying to sell one of his low grade copies because he had gotten a higher grade. Also, I mentioned Alex Schoenberg, and all these covers here on the right hand side are Schoenberg covers. And probably the biggest thing with me just loving Schoenberg is all the detail he puts into his covers and the dynamics and such. I mean, like the Submariner, both of them with him inside the jaws of that dragon, but
Yeah,
then
those look great.
the crinkling of that Nazi ship above. The USA comics of Captain America tearing apart the tank. The busting, jumping in the other Captain America book. And I just love Schoenberg covers. So, but yeah, that is it for tonight. The kind of a part 2 of this part 5 will be next week, where we'll look at all the weird costume characters from all the other companies of the 1940s. And then we're going to jump into the Walt Disney stuff. And then, the last part will be us concluding a little bit with Dale and Gold Key in the 1960s. So, but yeah, that is it for tonight on that one.
Yeah, like Shelby said earlier, this one was a little bit more condensed because a lot of this is on another show we did about Golden Age. So if you still have some questions about that, I'm sure Shelby's got the link somewhere down below or up above, swinging by. You can check it out. The colors, the ink. I mean, those older Golden Age books, even Silver Age too. I mean, they just look so much cooler than modern books. That's
so much.
Those yellow and red, especially, those pop, man.
Yeah. Yeah, hold on. I meant to pull out a couple of books. So just go ahead and keep talking.
You're in the toy room. I thought you'd be in the comic book room.
No. Because I can't get.
You're muted. You're muted, Shelby.
There we go.
There you
in
go.
The room, my desk is a one of those plastic fold-up tables, and these mics mount to the side, and they won't mount on the plastic tables. They just keep bending and then falling off. And this is a solid desk, so I have to use this one in here, and then I just carry the computer back and forth. The life of yeah.
You got all these specialized rooms in the house where you got your little studio setups and everything.
Yeah, it sucks. Here, keep talking for a second. I'll pull out a book. All right, keep talking.
Okay.
You're not talking.
Shelby's gonna whip it out. As we're going through this series, our list is actually dwindling down quite a bit. We might start doing this every other week or so. If you guys know anything you want to talk about, put it down in the chat below, or if you've seen this video afterwards, put it down in the comments down below. What else you guys want to see or talk about? Or if anyone wants to actually come on the show and talk about something, please come on board. we have a lot of fun doing this, and we just want to try and give as much information as possible. We know there's a lot of other people that are experts in certain areas. So we just love geeking out and talking about this stuff. So definitely let us know. Reach out to us on IG and leave comments down below. But we absolutely appreciate the community here. We try and do everything we can to grow it and put more information out there. But again, anything else you guys want to see, just let us know, man. Let me see what's going on here. And then as always, do you say you're going to have a Disney show, Tim? Yes, Tim. We're doing a Disney show. I think it's next week or the week after. We're going to do a Disney show.
My Disney show will be not not this upcoming part, but the part after. Who was it? I was going to ask you. I remember who was our person that collects Disney. That I know they did a couple of videos and stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, who was that?
I'm gonna have to look back at our previous episode and see. I wrote it down somewhere, but I can't find it.
What did you pull off? What kind of goodies you got hidden back there?
So, if y'all have never heard of this, the Gerber Guide photo journal guide to comic books. It ended, of course, around 1970, 1980 is all it does. But, if you want to see these classic covers.
Sans, we started a trend, man. We've been doing duck races for 8 months, and people have been catching on. That's okay, man. Imitation's the best form, man. So I love it, man.
But they have every single cover to every single comic ever published from the 1930s all the way up to the late 1970s. And this, of course, is, a big thing.
Yeah, it's a nice coffee table book there.
Yeah, this is, of course, all the detective comics. You see the cool Joker cover there. But yeah, if you love these, beautiful covers and stuff. Oh, look at it. Here's all the Captain America covers. So a lot of Schoenberg art and such. These things, and you can buy this cheap. There's four books. There's this is A through J, and then there's, of course, K through Z in 2 volumes about this size, and then there's Bronze Age comics, a volume 1 and 2. And you can pick these up pretty cheap. So I would definitely suggest picking this up. If you just want to look through and see every single cover ever produced. I mean, even your EC horror stuff. It's just such a great history.
Man, you wouldn't be able to do that nowadays.
Oh no, you have all the Bugs Bunny covers. So it's just so great. Definitely look this up. Gerber Photo Journal Guide to Comic Books, Volume 1 and 2, and then there's a Bronze Age Volume 1 and 2. So pick those up. And if you ever want to a really good read about the history of comics is Strenenko's Volume 1 and 2, History of Comic Books. Very interesting read.
Or just come here every Monday. Yeah, Shutter. I mean, that size book you held up, that would just be for like
a month.
Issue 2 of Something's Killing Children.
Yep. But we'll have to remember who that was and invite them on the show when I get to the Disney books. So like I said, for me, for this series of the history or origin of comic books, next episode will be all the other publishers and weird characters from the 1940s, then the Disney stuff. And really that kind of ends my origin. But then I wanted to talk a little bit about Dale and Gold Key just because I love 1960s Dale and Gold Key. That's just a personal favorite of mine. So it's not really part of the origin of comics, but it's just something that's personal to me. That I remember telling Jeff I want to do a long, long time ago, and he's like, "Really? I don't think a lot of people be interested in that." But I don't care. I don't care.
It's cool covers.
I don't care.
I will say. They're all cool covers.
I don't care. And I get to show off my collection during that time too. So
that's why we said we were doing this. And said if no one else watched it, it doesn't matter. We're just doing it because we like doing it. It's awesome that some of you people think this is cool too. But yeah, they said even if we get no one watching the shows, we still wanted to do it.
for sure, and then at some point, maybe Jeff and I will just have a little show of telling our origin story and maybe inviting some people on and, letting us know your origin story of collecting comics and such. So I think
that actually might be cool when you look up and find out when we started. That'd be like a 1-year anniversary thing. Would be kind of fun to do that. Bring a bunch of people on and just talk about how we got into comics.
I love that. I love that idea. All right. So, like Jeff said, y'all leave some comments below if there's anything that y'all are interested in. I am, fingers crossed, I am working on a deal to buy a whole bunch of promotional comics from the 1950s.
Wow.
Yes, I reached out to some friends in the Golden Age community, and because you and I had talked about, remember that was a request, was promotional comics.
Yep.
And I picked up a few. Oh, let me show this. All right. I'll be right back.
Like how you scooted off the side like that. I guess maybe it's because he wasn't wearing pants. We'll find out. Yeah, but anytime I find like weird promotional comics, I always send them to Shelby. I know he absolutely loves this stuff. I actually just got in some more Mark Jewelers, so I'm looking to buy some more Mark Jewelers as well. You're up again, Jeff, and back to you, Jeff. Yeah, so I mean that's what we're doing right now for this week. So I'm hoping that we get more. Like I said, we want to get more guests on board. I know we're still getting a lot of comments on NFTs. If you guys remember the NFT show we did, talking about that, NFTs have gotten bigger, which I'm still shocked, but hey, I'm not surprised, I guess, really, when you think about it. Shutter's waving back. I appreciate the support, Shutter. And what do you guys comment down below? What do you think about the NFTs? Do you think they're still going to keep going up, or do you think they're going to fade away? I mean, digital stuff is definitely here. And I know they're trying to get more collectors, like comic collectors, to come over to the side. It's a lot more digital people that are doing it just for an investment. So I've gotten several DMs from people on the NFT side saying, "Hey, we need more comic collectors over here." So time will tell what that looks like.
Yeah. So here is a new promotional book I got in this week. I was telling Jeff about. This was a mail-in for like $1. So this is X-Men and Captain Universe, and whoever sends it in, and this is a Hildebrandt cover. Your name gets put on the cover, and each one is numbered. So this is the Awesome Enigma Force selects Nathan Josh. Nathan, I have your book. To battle the mutant monster menace. So yeah, this thing, even in bad shape, because there's only a couple of hundred that was printed of this. Sure. And each one is individually, has an individual name on it. And apparently there's a female and a male version. Of course, there's more male versions out there because boys in comics in the 90s. Females are hard to find and they're very expensive. This usually goes for about
Wait, we still talking about comics?
Huh? This usually goes for about 125, 150.
Wow.
So I was really happy to pick this up. But yeah. So just there, there's just so many promotional comics out there. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get some Golden Age promotional books.
Yeah, the mail-in ones are always the best ones. I know I've had a bunch of times. We had that UNICEF, Venom on trial.
Yeah, I have that.
I got a couple of the Charleston Chew, Sam Keith Wolverine. I mean, those are cool. Those mail-in ones are always the fun ones, because how many people really actually mailed it in and did something with it?
Yeah, and then I picked this one up too. This is for the World Wildlife Fund, Wolverine and Kazar Global Jeopardy.
Oh, nice.
Which is pretty neat book. Yeah. I always try. Like this isn't worth a lot at all. But I always try to pick these up. So, and like I said, this is a pretty big rarity. I was really happy to find this accidentally on a person's auction and learn about it.
Yeah, Shutter. I'm with you. It's still early, but there definitely seem to be doing a lot of things to try and make it a viable thing.
I actually had a person reach out to me 2 weeks ago. I didn't know it, but the opening night of Spider-Man that Thursday, if you had purchased your ticket for opening night for certain time slots through AMC, you had a chance to randomly win an NFT.
Really?
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man.
Well, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and actually a friend I work with won one. So, is pretty interesting. Now, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong on this. So apparently he was sent a thing telling him blah blah blah, you won and all that stuff,
Right.
and then was able to claim it. So he had the NFT number,
Right.
but apparently he wanted to look at the book that he won. So I guess he opened it, and now that has caused his name to get associated with that number, and it's basically no value. But if he had not and sold just the number to someone, like people were selling it for like $10,000, he found.
I guess I don't know about that.
I don't either.
I don't understand how that
either.
makes it's not like you made a spine tick on it. I mean, I don't understand.
Yeah, and
that.
I don't know if maybe it can't be sold then.
Of course, it can be sold.
I don't know. Since through AMC and all that, I mean, I have no idea.
The way at least I understand how it works, AMC owns it, and then if they're saying, "Well, Shelby won it," they have to then transfer that to your account. So that code you give, you have to type it in, and it'll transfer it to your NFT account. That's the way it's supposed to work.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't know what he did differently, or
I don't either.
You'd have to set up an NFT account and everything.
Well, and he's not a comic. He's not a comic collector. He's just an MCU fan. I was interested in buying it. Just to kind of understand it a bit more. We hadn't really talked about it. Just I told him there was interest. But
yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, the nice thing about it, I mean, it's obviously easy to ship. It's easy to do. Even on Whatnot, there are people that have on their show, they'll sell multiple NFTs during their show now, and that's becoming a common thing. And that's how it works. They say, okay, you buy it on Whatnot, and then they'll message you the NFT number and everything, and they go in and they claim it, and so it's definitely spreading a little bit more now.
How do they get around Whatnot automatically charging shipping?
Well, they still have to send them something. So whether they send you a postcard or whatever, it's
right.
So you still get charged shipping for a digital product, but you still get a digital product.
Right. Yeah, apparently that's the only way now that used to they would let you combine, and they now cut that out because it's the only way they can track that a person got their merchandise so you can get paid and stuff. But anyway, this isn't a whatnot discussion. All right. Well, we started about 10 minutes late, maybe in about 10 minutes early, unless anybody else has anything they want to bring up.
No, that is perfect, man. They said we've been trying to keep these a little bit shorter. So I think this is a good time for this as well. And like I said, just definitely reach out to us. Let us know what you guys want to talk about, what you want to hear, what things you liked, what things you don't. You know, maybe tell Shelby to put pants on. I don't know. Whatever you want to say, you can certainly say it.
They were just in here a minute ago. I got up, and whenever I get up and move, they follow me. So I'm not sure where they went. So sorry, though. I'll tell them you said hi. I think Freeway's hiding behind some pictures I have over here.
Tim, thank you so much.
So I am wearing pants. It's just some like really
like John Stockton short pants.
They're little shorts. They're shorts. Yeah, I'm wearing shorts. So
80s basketball shorts. No problem.
It kind of is like that. I'll be honest with you. So anyway, all
right, Shelby. What else you got going on?
Thank you all for again. That's what I was going to ask. So, are you going to have a topic for next week for us, or are we going to?
No, we'll talk about that. You know,
okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit. Like I said, we may skip, some weeks here and there as we get more things going. As things kind of calm down after the holidays and the new year and everything. But yeah, we'll definitely figure some more stuff out. We'll bring you some more good information.
All right. Sounds great. So remember, Jeff is always on Wednesday, Friday, Sunday on Whatnot. So be sure and check his shows out. 7:30. He always has the duck races. And I watched a little bit last night of the bet your duck, lose your duck.
Press your duck.
Press your duck. That's
new game I did. Press your duck.
New game.
Yeah,
press your duck.
Was fun. It was a little bit longer than a normal, like 15 seconds, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. People liked it.
And it looks like I've been doing pretty well on Saturdays on Whatnot. So I might be keeping that time slot for a little while. I'll also be doing some Fridays on Pop Shop Live. And Fridays is free shipping. So buy as much as you want, free shipping Fridays on Pop Shop. So be sure and check over there at Pop Shop. You can search for Shelby's Comics and you can find me there. So, all right, with that, we're going to say peace, love, and comics.
Thank
you all. Good night.